Welcome to Buzzed and Baffled, the podcast where the wine is flowing, the stories get weird, and we try our best to keep the chaos at a minimum. But try is the key word.
Before we jump in, a quick behind the scenes truth. Producing this show is basically an Olympic sport. Between being the media manager, the sound engineer, the editor, and trying to control her own voice volume, which, let's be honest, Nicole's has the natural power of a small megaphone, things can get a little unpredictable. So if you hear the occasional mic spike, just know it's not your headphones. It's Nicole, living her best and loudest life.
And a quick disclaimer, we're not experts, just two curious humans with wine in hand and the enthusiasm for the bizarre. Some topics may be dark, sensitive, or downright strange, so listener discretion is advised. And just remember, all of the things we say are our own opinions and not part of any other legal representation. And remember, everything you hear is for entertainment only. So take the stories seriously, just not too seriously. Now pour a glass of wine, settle in, and get ready to get buzzed and back. Oh, I could take a moment here.
Take a beat.
Situate myself. That was a lot of work.
Yeah.
My
You were struggling.
My whole body's falling apart. But we're back.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 33.
33. 3-3. I don't have anything to say about
No.
33.
But the good news is, Kyla, that I wrote this episode just for you.
I'm sure you did. Yeah, I know you like.
Filled with topics I know you're very interested in.
For our listeners. Oh, we have to record our new intro too, which we will record when we're done with this. So
Yes.
it's news to us as well that the intro is new on this episode.
It should be better and the sound should be more consistent.
Yeah.
And a little more honest about how our podcast goes.
The Beau's friend gang can stop complaining about how loud Nicole is.
I mean, I'm still going to be loud.
Yeah,
It's just,
but at least we have a disclaimer about it, so they can't sue us.
like, you're going to blow out your eardrums and it's not my fault. You've been warmed.
Mm-hmm. Warmed? Did you say warmed?
I'm so tired.
You've been warmed.
You've been warmed. But we have a good story tonight.
Okay, well, how about let's start with our wine.
Okay.
You're being like me, forgetting about the wine every time. We have...
This is theme appropriate.
Theme appropriate. 7 Deadly Zins. That's Zins with a Z. Not the Zins that you like the... What is it? The nicotine pouches.
Oh,
Those are called Zins, aren't they?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. I'm
But
not
it's
into
that
drugs.
Pun on words.
Yeah. A pun on word. It is a pun on words. Yep. Zins as in Zinfandel. This is Lodi Old Vine Zinfandel. Sinful indeed. This wickedly delicious Zinfandel is temptation at first sip. Born from a Catholic school upbringing and our winemaker's lust for hedonistically seductive wine, Jesus Christ, Nicole. This flagship Old Vine Zinfandel hails from the enviable Lodi appellation, where Zinfandel reigns supreme. We've given our souls to growing some of the finest grapes so that saints and sinners alike can enjoy 7 deadly Zins.
It will all make more sense as I tell you my story.
I feel like I kind of know what your story is about, and I don't remember that being one of the 7 deadly sins. I mean, it should be, but anyway. Oh, I still have a little bit of rosé in my glass. Oh, we didn't do a ASMR because this was a real cork that Nicole had to struggle with.
No
But she
video
did
this
it.
time. I did it. One try.
Yeah. Bad shoulder and all. She always complains about having to do stuff at my house because I don't have motorized wine openers. I don't have motorized pepper grinders. She has to do it manually like some kind of farm serf.
I know. I feel like I should be like carrying buckets of milk from the field when I'm here.
You come over. I know. Well, we did get indoor plumbing because I knew you would complain if we didn't. So
I mean, there's no heat or air conditioning in this room. So
roughing it.
uh-huh.
As you sit there with your lap blanket and your shoulder cold pad on with our wine refrigerator. Yeah, we're roughing it.
The ice pack that I didn't even get for myself that she got for me as I sat here
Mm-hmm.
as a passenger princess.
Yeah, because it's like I can't listen to this anymore. Please just put this ice pack on.
She was watching me try to put the pictures on the board, and I had to lift my left arm with my right arm because my rotator cuff is hurt. It did not help that I put that bookcase
Yeah,
together
you
today.
ding dong. You know I live like 100 yards away, and
I did ask for help when I needed the doors to be put on because I tried to hold the doors and screw them on,
yeah,
and I couldn't.
but if you had 3 arms, you wouldn't have called me.
I would not have.
Even if you had 2 good arms, I don't think you would have called me.
I thought about laying it on its side and just doing it that way, but then I was worried that the other door would get closed and I wouldn't be able to reach inside when I flipped it.
Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
But it's a good thing because then you got to come down and ask me for what tonight?
I had to ask her to bring her stupid ring light for her stupid TikTok videos because we were taking our Christmas card photo and I wanted a good light.
Like watching the light leave her
Yeah, it was
eyes.
bad.
I was like, you need what?
I was like, can you bring your ring light so I can take my risk on my printer? And you're like, what? And I was like, can you bring your ring light? You're like, come again? I was like, I need to borrow your stupid ring light because I actually found a use for it.
I was like, oh my.
How the turntables have turned.
And now it's charging, so it'll be ready to go again.
Ooh, this is good.
I do
It's jammy up front and then a little dry on the back.
Yeah. Ancient Vine, I think, is really the way to go with Zinfandels because they're not too sweet, they're not too sulfury or anything like that.
Well, and for you grew up with like together, so the word ancient really speaks to you.
I mean, I am.
You planted them.
I am one of the 7 deadly sins. There used to be a 5th horseman, but they wrote me out.
You sued them for slander.
Yep. It's because they ran over my vines, and I was really upset about it.
Yeah. Yep. The 5th horseman. What was it? Probably drunkenness, maybe?
Probably,
Yes.
yeah. Maybe we'll find it in this story.
Maybe.
I've entitled this story, Where There Is Smoke, There Is Fire.
Okay. Yep. Good job not saying it. It's really hard to not say it when you're first starting.
Uh-huh. There's a pause there because I'm trying to not use the forbidden words. In 2021, we were introduced to the tale of a family empire with a dark past that spans generations.
Mm-hmm.
Armie Hammer, who is at the bottom right there,
Yep.
is an American actor best known for his roles in films such as The Social Network, Call Me By Your Name, and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. or U-N-C-L-E.
Yeah.
He was at the height of his career when allegations of stalking, BDSM, and cannibalism came to light. When in 2021, a woman called Effie by the courts made allegations that Armie repeatedly raped and abused her during a 4-year affair that they had. Nothing kills your climb to the top. Like,
yeah,
accusations
like
of cannibalism.
And I vaguely remember when this came out. I was busy, trying not to like get COVID and shit. But I also remember being like, huh? Like, that's not something you hear every day.
Well, I remember because I was talking to Andrew about this at Gino's, and he was arguing with me that, like, something didn't exist, and, like, I whipped my phone out so fast.
You had the receipts.
I was like, oh, but wait. When Effie came forward, 2 other women, Courtney Vukovic and Paige Lorenz, also came forward with accusations of emotional abuse and sexual coercion. It should be stated, because you can't sue us for what we don't have, that Armie has denied these allegations against him, and the Los Angeles County District Attorney Office declined to file charges citing insufficient evidence.
Okay. Which we all know doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just made Nicole's shoulder pad strap just popped off like a button.
think I'm just going to leave it.
Just leave it.
So, Armie Hammer was born on August 28th, 1986, in Santa Monica, California, to Michael Armand Hammer and Drew Ann Mobley.
Yep.
So, he's the guy in the white shirt, and his mother's the one with the pink background.
He is someone who is younger than me. You said August 1986, right?
Oh, Armie Hammer. I was like,
not the dad.
I was like, no, he's not. Wow, you're terrible at math, Kyla.
Yes, I'm really bad at math.
His mother was a loan officer before marrying Michael, and Michael was the owner of several businesses, including Knoedler Publishing, a company that focused on printmaking and art galleries that closed during a forgery scandal in 2011.
Oops.
And Armand Hammer Productions, which was a television company, and Occidental Petroleum. So this family comes from money. Armie's father was estimated to have a net worth of around $200 million in 1986.
So he's born into.
Yep.
He can do whatever he wants.
Silver spoon. He can eat whoever he wants.
Oh,
Armie grew up in Dallas, Texas, and the Cayman Islands, and then finally LA as a teenager, which I'm sure did great things.
Oh, yes. Also, who grows up in the Cayman Islands? People just use that to like have offshore bank accounts. I don't know. Ever hear of anyone actually living there?
I'm assuming that the family escaped there to get away from whatever was going on that they didn't want to have to face.
Yeah, they probably had some kind of family compound there.
Armie's career started in 2005 when he had a guest appearance on popular shows such as Arrested Development, Veronica Mars, and Gossip Girl. I was a big fan of those, and I do not remember him, but that doesn't mean he wasn't there.
I watched Arrested Development. I didn't watch the other two, and I don't remember it, but again, that doesn't mean...
I loved Veronica Mars. In 2010, he married Elizabeth Chambers, and they had 2 children. He continued to earn accolades for his roles in Hollywood through 2021 when the allegations of sexual misconduct were made. In January of 2021, an anonymous Instagram user published screenshots of text messages between Armie and various women. The unverified text messages are graphic, so I'm not going to read them here.
You're going to make me read them, aren't you?
I'm going to make you read them.
God damn it.
But I did post them all online, so all of our rabid listeners are able to go and read them. So let me flip through. I thought like I would make us read this as like a
call and response.
Or like a theatrical kind of thing. But then I was like, I don't know if this will get pulled from Spotify if we do.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. We don't want our free podcast to be removed from the airwaves.
Yeah. So there's the one. I wish you could all see the face she's making.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
not going to read this.
No.
Because I don't want someone to pull my voice in a clip and like use it as a loop for something. Like I may still run for office someday. I don't know.
I have a clip we could run on a loop.
Shut up, Nicole. No, you don't. Go to buzzandbaffled.net and read this.
He incriminates himself.
Yeah. For sure. Let's just say it's not good.
But wait, there's more.
Of course there is. It's a Nicole story.
Like we're past kink.
Yuck.
And then there's one more.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, this is...
So within these text messages, he's being very sexually graphic. like
Yeah,
violently sexually
yes.
graphic, as well as talking about cannibalism and
Yeah,
other
he's talking
acts.
about acts of domination as well as like mutilation and cannibalism. So I'm not gonna read it aloud.
It should be noted that Army later defended the messages he sent where he talked about being a cannibal. As I learned about this story a few years ago, I wondered what happens in someone's life that they develop the type of pathology where this behavior is not only acceptable, but also done on such a public scale with disregard to consequences.
I'm sure being born into a $200 million wealth has nothing to do with not having to face consequences in your life.
It is so much worse than you're picturing. So, what do you think led to this?
Um, well, so your family tree up there, which like let's be real, is paltry compared to
So, she did a family tree and I did a family tree. So, I will give you the one I printed out, the pretty one.
yeah, I hyperfixate on family trees and I had like 12 generations going back and it's so big you can't even print it.
I couldn't print it. I couldn't see the names. I even tried to cut it into 4 pieces of paper and I still couldn't read it.
Yeah, you have to like have your computer program open the JPEG so you can scroll in to see all the
If I could upload the file for people to look at your insanity, I will do
Yeah,
it.
otherwise just message us and we'll send it to you
Yeah.
via Messenger. But we do have the same things.
Yeah.
Oh, I was supposed to guess what would lead to
Yeah.
that.
So, what do you think happened within the family lineage that led to that?
I think just like years of being rich and doing whatever the fuck you want.
That is the tip of the iceberg. Later in 2021, so the cannibalism claims were made. And then also, rape accusations were made against Hammer. So the woman who identified herself as Effie states that Hammer sexually assaulted her for 4 hours in 2017.
Yeah.
And he's married with kids during this.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote this many months ago, and I wrote myself a disclaimer. I have never met nor treated Army Hammer or any of his family members. Anything I state here is for educational and entertainment purposes.
Was this one of the very first stories you ever wrote?
No.
Okay. You just really want to make it clear.
I want to make it very, very clear. When we look at the pathology, we want to start by looking at nature versus nurture. Meaning, are the behaviors and symptoms we are observing biological in nature, such as a psychotic disorder, or are they learned behaviors based on experiences of childhood, such as personality disorders?
Mm-hmm.
When we look at Armie Hammer's history, we can see the evidence that nurture played a strong role in his personality development based on the social norms within the family hierarchy. When we look into Armie's family tree, we see a dark past that spans 5 generations. So at the very top, the tippy top up there,
Mm-hmm.
we have Dr. Julius Hammer, who was born in Russia in 1898.
Mm-hmm.
Julius was Jewish and part of the Communist Party. He named his son Armand after the symbol for the Communist Party, the arm and the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1919, when living in the Bronx, Julius gave a Russian diplomat an abortion, but she later died from medical complications.
Oh.
Julius was convicted of first-degree manslaughter and was sentenced to 3 to 22 years in Sing Sing prison.
Okay. And I remember when you gave me the assignment of doing the family tree, I made it a point to not read anything, to only look at the relationship. So this, I did not like cheat and
She didn't cheat, so
No.
she knew. And like that in itself is not bad. He was doing a medical service for someone who needed it,
Mhm.
and it was illegal at the time. And because it was illegal, they didn't have appropriate medical care.
right.
Also, it was 1919.
Mhm.
They just started learning to wash their hands. The author of Armand Hammer's biography, who is an Edward J. Epstein, who was an investigative journalist and has no relation to Jeffrey Epstein.
Thankfully.
I looked into that. I was like, wait a minute.
Hold up.
proposed that the Soviet Union use Julius and the Hammer family to channel money to New York to fund the communist groups in the U.S. at the height of McCarthyism.
Interesting.
So Julius's son, Armand, he's the guy in the big fuzzy hat right there,
Mm-hmm.
was described by Epstein as a manipulative and corrupt man. And I'm like, well, that's a good start.
Yeah. Awesome.
While his father was in prison, he took over his father's company, Allied Drug. Vladimir Lenin sent a message to Joseph Stalin encouraging support of Armand, claiming that Armand's business contacts would be useful to the Communist Party.
Oh, so it was like real that
Yes.
it wasn't just this author saying,
No, like
Oh.
there's like documentation to support this. Vladimir Lenin, blah, blah, blah. Where am I? Armand moved to Russia from, I'm assuming, the Bronx in 1921 to fortify family connections. It's like a mob move right there. His first wife, who is the lady in the black and white picture right there, was...
Is that Olga?
Yep.
Olga?
It was Olga. Yep. Olga Vadamovna.
I was going to read it, but I really wanted to hear you say it.
Vadamovna Root.
Nope, you're close. Vadamovna.
Vadamovna.
Or Vadamovna.
Yeah. They had one son, Julian, who was born in May of 1929 in Russia. And you can see him as like a young man right below them. Olga and Armand divorced in 1943. His second wife, who he's pictured with there, was Angela Carey Zevley, and they married in 1943. So he divorced in 1943, married in 1943.
Okay.
Armand was best described as a master of psychological warfare. So his wife stated that he would threaten to beat her brains out while brandishing a metal pipe.
Oh, cool. Good. Yeah.
He's delightful.
Yeah, he sounds like a real stand-up guy.
So the second wife divorced him in 1956.
So at this point, it's pretty clear that he's the problem.
Yep. She did get to keep the share of the cattle farm they ran while they were married. So she didn't leave empty-handed, at least.
Okay. We want that girl to get that bag.
Yep. His third wife, whom he married in 1956, right after divorcing his second wife, was Frances Barrett Tolman. And Armand used her money to become a wealthy oil tycoon, utilizing his thirst with money, and is well known to be abusive to both her and his mistresses that he had at the time.
Dude, you have everything.
I'm looking at that man.
Yeah, he is not a babe.
It's not like, it's not his personality, and it's not his looks.
I'm guessing that these women who married him immediately after his divorce were, well, mistresses first, but also business connections, because these women were not lining up for this guy just because he was, a hottie.
Yeah. During his marriage to Frances, Armand had a mistress named Martha Kaufman. When Frances discovered the affair, Armand did not end the affair. What do you think he did instead?
Beat them both up.
He ordered Martha to change her name to Hillary Gibson and to dye her hair platinum blonde.
Why?
Because then his wife won't know, because she looks different and she has a different name.
That's so random.
Uh-huh. He hired her as an employee and controlled her entire life and identity.
I see where we're going here.
He demanded that Martha, now Hillary, carry 2 pagers so he could always contact her. And he installed a tracking device in her car and a tap on her phone.
Yikes.
Sounds like a catch.
Yeah, he has more red flags than I don't know what, because I don't know what has a lot of red flags. I don't know, the Swiss embassy, maybe there's probably a lot of red flags there, but
I'm thinking at this point, his wife was probably like, girl, you can have him.
Yeah.
Also, she was the one with the money.
Yeah.
It was reported by Armand's sister, Casey, who is the woman with the
Mhm.
short blonde hair.
She looks like a hard-nosed business professional.
That their father often helped his son conduct illegal activities such as wiretapping. So Armand had Michael, and he would help Michael do illegal things like wiretapping and then also like spy on his mistress.
Gross.
Casey overall is not a fan of the family. And in interviews, Casey has told reporters that her grandfather, Armand, was obsessed with maintaining the family's pristine public image. And he would keep files on friends and spouses of the family to ensure they were acting appropriately. Sounds like somebody I know.
I know, I was like, well, I did move my filing cabinet out of here for the wine fridge. Like, I hope she didn't notice the files, the Nicole files that's in there to make sure you're acting appropriately.
Well, you gotta, a lot of that's papyrus. You have to keep it in a like
I know,
temperature
I
controlled
gotta
room.
get a hermetically sealed room. I gotta contact Egypt to be like, hey, how do you guys handle this stuff?
And like a translator.
Yeah. Where's the Rosetta Stone so I can figure out what she's trying to say?
This expectation did not extend to Armand himself, as he found wealth provided him with political connections and influence, and he made a series of illegal political contributions.
Of course he did, because, what's good for me is not for thee,
Mhm.
or whatever the hell that saying is.
Armand even pled guilty to a misdemeanor in a connection to funds that were used to pay burglars in something that we just recently talked about.
Was it Diamond Heists?
Watergate.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Diamond Doris Payne.
Nope. Watergate.
My hero.
Political, Kyla. Get your head in the
Well,
game.
you said burglars, so I was thinking, and you said we just talked about it. Well, Diamond Doris was 2 weeks ago.
Armand's first son, Julius, was from Armand's first marriage to Olga Vadmovna. Rude.
Yep.
And he was born in May of 1929 in Russia. He was known to lounge around in his house in silk pajamas, earning himself the nickname the Hugh Hefner of the Palisades.
I mean, that's not a bad life.
As reported by his children, Julian was known to host cocaine-fueled orgies at his home with his other two children, Casey and Michael, present. Because you don't want to hire a babysitter.
No.
You want your kids to be walking around in cocaine-fueled orgies.
Yeah, babysitters are expensive.
Cocaine is cheap.
Yeah, cocaine and orgies are cheap.
Yep. His daughter, Casey, recalled seeing bowls of cocaine.
Ooh.
So we're talking about like a Scarface kind
Yeah,
of
this
situation
isn't just
here.
someone with a little tiny vial.
No, he's not going for a
there's
bump.
just popcorn bowls full of cocaine everywhere.
Julian was known to abuse women, and his daughter has reported that he would often violently abuse her mother. It was well known to Casey growing up that women were disposable to the Hammer family.
That disgusts me in a way that I can't even describe in words.
In 1955, Julian was arrested in Los Angeles and charged with the murder of his longtime friend, Bruce Whitlock, in his home on his 26th birthday after an argument over an old debt. The charges were later dropped after his father, Armand, delivered $50,000 in cash to an attorney in Los Angeles. His daughter, Casey, also alleged that her father sexually abused her when she was a child.
Gross. And I believe that 100%.
So interestingly, even though he took after his father and often worked closely with his father, Armand left Julian out of his will and left his estate and the majority of his $180 million estate to his grandson, Michael.
Okay, so the family wealth didn't skip, but it skipped a generation.
But he was aware that his son was a ne'er-do-well
Mhm.
and could not be trusted. He would just blow it all on blow.
gigantic bowls of cocaine.
Yep. So Julian, along with Michael's sister Casey, both only inherited $250,000.
Hmm.
If I was Casey, I would be so pissed off.
Yeah, she's just out here doing the right thing, but she's also a female, and we know how that goes in the Hammer family.
Cut me off there, chap.
Yes, ma'am. Also, why didn't you entitle this episode "It's Hammer Time"?
Oh my god!
I feel like you really missed an opportunity there.
Okay, well, I haven't published it yet, so I am going to change the name.
Okay.
It is now entitled "It's Hammer Time." Because I think I did because I didn't want to give away who it was about.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
But now we all know, so I'm going to change it to "It's Hammer Time." Michael Hammer, the man in the white there, was born on September 8th, 1955, to Julian Hammer and Glenna Sue Irvine. Michael has two siblings, his sister Casey Hammer and a half-sister Jan Ward. He is largely known to be the keeper of the Hammer family legacy. Which, if I was in the Hammer family, which is a label I think I could go without.
Yeah, I'd just be like, no, thank you. No, I'm good.
Someone else can have that.
Mm-hmm.
By his sister Casey's account, Michael is likely to have been a ruthless man. He worked for his grandfather's oil company, and his sister report that Michael entered Armand's home before his body was even taken away to remove several cars worth of expensive items and heirlooms from the home. So Grandpa kicks the bucket.
Mm-hmm. And the first thing
I know
he's
I'm
going
about to inherit, and I'm just like gathering all my goods.
Gross.
Michael's predilections appeared to follow in line with Armand and Julian, as it is reported that he owned a 7-foot-tall sex throne with a hole in the seat and a cage underneath.
Icky.
I looked for a picture of this thing.
Well, I am so glad you didn't find one.
I did not find one. I looked high and low, and I could not find a picture.
Gross.
Not even like what it might have looked like. I was like, there has to be.
That's so gross.
But it gets worse.
Oh, no.
It is said that there's a picture of Michael sitting on the throne with the head of a blonde woman in his lap. And I don't mean like laying in his lap. I mean like a head of a blonde woman in his lap. Like a decapitated head. In case anyone is unclear of what I'm talking about. His lawyer later stated that it was a gag gift. And I don't know why the lawyer needed to state that and in what context that conversation was happening. But there's a picture somewhere and I just couldn't find it.
Yeah. And also, hey, lawyer, I know you're making bank, but
at a certain point, you're just selling your soul.
Yeah, just take a step back and maybe just reassess the situation.
Kind of reassess your life choices and be like, is this the avenue I really want to take? Because at that point, I think you're kind of like that movie with Keanu Reeves where he's a lawyer and the devil's behind him.
Oh, Devil's Advocate?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who played the devil in that one?
Al Pacino.
You're Al Pacino at this point. This is what really got me.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, I'm preparing mentally for this.
No, like we're about to take a sharp right turn. Michael married Drew Ann Mobley in 1985, and they have 2 children, Army and Victor Hammer. Drew is from Oklahoma and was the daughter of a preacher. She met Michael on a plane, and they were married after a whirlwind romance.
Girl.
So if this teaches me anything about not talking to strangers,
stay away.
It's like, no, the next time someone on the airplane talks to me, I'm like, no, you have a sex throne somewhere and a disembodied head.
And I want nothing to do with your sex throne.
I don't want to talk about it.
And the man's like, I'm sorry, your scarf is on the floor. I was just telling you. And you're like, get your sex throne away from me.
Carla's on the other side of the aisle going, what is happening over there? I just keep screaming sex throne. The trip to Napa is going to be epic.
Oh, God.
So, in addition to his favorite recreational activities that we've already discussed, he was also a benefactor to several evangelical Christian organizations.
Of course he was.
Gotta save your soul and all.
Mm-hmm. Buying those indulgences.
hmm Michael and Drew divorced.
Shocker.
Hold on, I gotta turn the page. In 2012. In her memoir, which I did not read because she's evangelical Christian, and after this, I don't think I had the brain space for it. Drew reports, and I quote, she had a dream in which God told her that her husband's ongoing infidelity. And eventually, Michael confessed to years of infidelity, blaming his childhood trauma and abuse as the root of his behavior.
Girl, you didn't need it to be told by God. Like, you could have just opened your eyes.
There was a sex
Yeah.
throne.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they had housekeepers, but she never just like walked in to dust it off or something. Like,
Well, and as I'm thinking about like the construction of said sex throne, if there's a cutout in the bottom, I'm like, but why? Like, are you? It's not a toilet.
I mean, it doesn't flush. That doesn't mean it wasn't used as a toilet.
Oh,
Especially if there's a cage in the bottom.
Oh no, yeah, gross.
Yeah. Gross is right.
I wonder if he was friends with Epstein. He seems like the kind of guy who
Oh,
would have
for
been
sure.
friends with
Just
Epstein.
looking at him. Yeah.
He's
The moment those files come out, we're recording an emergency episode.
like of all the people we've already talked
Yeah.
about,
It's just going to be us reading them.
you know who's not going to be in there? Bernie Tide.
Nope.
He only gives to charity. He doesn't do stuff like
Mhm.
that. During the divorce process, Michael cut Drew off financially from the family monies. She did have monies from her personal house renovation business to fall back on. So again, women are disposable.
Mhm.
So I'm mad that you found out about my cheating and held me accountable for my behavior. So even though you're taking care of my children, I'm going to cut you off financially.
Yep.
After the divorce, Michael remarried Misty Millward. He died of cancer in 2022, which is like the best part of this
Yeah.
story.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Since that date, Misty and Michael's children have battled in court over his estate. So let's review Army's history now.
Yes.
And let's see if you notice any patterns of behavior.
Well, and I have her family trim. It's sitting here. I'm looking at it as she's describing this, and with every generation, it gets worse and worse, and it continues.
It gets more depraved. With
It's more
everything you're exposed to.
extreme. So you have Julius,
who didn't do anything wrong.
no, he
did something who was not culturally appropriate for the
Mhm.
time. But then his son.
yeah, started with Armand,
Mhm.
and then it just goes down every generation. It's worse and worse until you end up in sex throne land,
And then you end up in cannibalism land.
and then you end up with Army, which is, and I hope he's not going to try to use this as an excuse for his behavior. Like, oh, we've done
Yeah.
it for generations.
I'm just upholding family
Uh-huh.
traditions. No, family traditions is green bean casserole
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving, not sex cages
And eating
and
people.
eating people. We have turkey on Thanksgiving, not
people.
humans.
Gross. That's disgusting.
But yeah, so like each generation ups the ante because if you think about it, you're trying to get that dopamine hit.
Mhm.
And you need something bigger, badder, stronger,
Yeah,
faster
because
to keep getting
every
that hit
generation grew up
with it
watching it was normalized.
Mhm.
So in order to keep the high going, whether it was bowls of cocaine or,
I mean, at least Julian was just doing bowls of
Yeah.
cocaine.
you have to, up the ante. And apparently that's how you arrive at cannibalism, I guess.
Mm-hmm. After the accusations in 2021, Army's career in Hollywood stalled immediately
As it should.
when the allegations of rape came out in 2021. So the cannibalism, everyone's like, that seems weird. What if it's not true? Rape, no.
Mhm.
Dope cost Pasco, do not collect
Yeah.
$200. So on January 14th, Army's ex, Courtney Vukovic, who dated him between June and October of 2020 when he was married, reported to the media that their relationship was like dating Hannibal Lecter and that he told her that he wanted to break my rib, barbecue it, and eat it.
And
That would have been the last day I was
yeah,
dating
that
somebody.
would have been okay, bye-bye now. Not, hey, what are we doing tomorrow, hon?
Are we gonna go get some Asian barbecue instead? Like, I'm not gonna.
Um,
I want to go to the Mongolian walk.
and you know, I don't know, and probably nobody really knows other than him, maybe a few other people, if he actually acted on these cannibalistic. But he definitely has a theme of it going
Yeah.
on in a lot of his correspondence. It's not like he said one off-color joke.
I mean, I would, but if he did, he would get that brain eating amoeba, and that would take care of the problem.
Like the Kuru.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not all a lose-lose.
Well, I mean,
for the person he ate, it's lose-lose.
well, they would also have to have the brain eating
Yeah.
amoeba, but
Really? I thought, like, it just eating the brain itself did it.
no,
How many of us have the brain eating amoeba?
almost nobody.
Well, lame.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint you by saying not everyone's brain is infected.
Well, I mean, that's probably a good thing considering I made dinner tonight.
Mm-hmm. We did have, I had my very first Beyond Burger, and I liked it quite a bit.
I decided we're going to go vegetarian tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So Beyond Burger with some Arby's fries.
Yeah. You should have called them Army's fries.
Ah!
You are missing out on everything today.
I am like striking out left and right.
Yeah, but I actually really enjoyed the burger. It hit the spot.
I get them all the time, and it's healthier. It's lowering cholesterol. You don't have to raise a cow, which is bad for the environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not going to give up beef, but I'm fine with. I'll eat more burgers because I do have high cholesterol, and I do try to watch, fat intake.
I was watching David's face when he was biting into it. I was hoping he was gonna be like, ugh.
Yeah.
But like,
he claims he knew. He didn't know.
He didn't know. He's so unaware of what's going on. Tell our crowd what he did on Monday.
Oh, when he almost killed me multiple times making dinner.
He made dinner on Monday, and it went well.
Yep.
It wasn't people.
First, I almost starved to death because he took out the chicken way too late the night before.
How many breasts of chicken did you have for 2 people?
4 gigantic, like those mutant Walmart chicken breasts.
Like the chicken's legs broke.
Yeah.
By the time
like
they reached
the Dolly Parton of chicken breasts.
Yup.
So I was doing our Walmart pickup, which was delayed. So I got home about 5:45, which is pretty late for me. And we usually eat around 6:15.
She texts me like 6:30 when I'm getting ready to cook my dinner. She's like, I'm starving.
Oh my God, we didn't eat till 6:45. So I was so hungry. So that's near death 1 was starvation. Near death 2 was I walked in and I see my bamboo cutting board out on the counter.
He was going to kill us all, not just you. The next time I cut lettuce or something, we're all going to get salmonella.
And I knew what was about to happen. And I didn't want to ask because I didn't know at what step he was. I said, did you use that cutting board yet? And he said, no, I was just going to cut up the chicken. I was like, well, you can't cut chicken on a wooden cutting board.
Uh-huh.
We have a plastic one for that.
Uh-huh.
So that was 2, was salmonella, E. coli death. And then I start smelling natural gas because
and I was not hearing farting, so it was not me.
He had the burner on, but the flame, he did not light the flame. So the stove was just leaking gas. And like 10 minutes later, he's like, oh, no wonder this wasn't boiling. I'm like, you think? Also, and then he just lit it. And I was like,
I'd be waiting for the whole thing.
I was waiting for the whole house to explode.
Like, do you know how hard I would have laughed if I showed up to work Wednesday?
He had singed eyebrows.
He had like no eyebrows or eyelashes. I've been like, what's going on here?
And I'm like, oh Oh my god. And you know what? I didn't say a word because he needs to cook, and that's what you get.
Is it more or less stressful than watching me cook?
Well, you've never almost killed me once,
Thrice.
much less
Thrice.
thrice in one 1-hour meal period.
So she
You're
doesn't
just messy.
she doesn't like my haphazard approach to cooking, but she follows up behind me and cleans up, which I actually appreciate.
Well, it would take me 4 hours to clean up if I waited till after the meal.
You'd have to like get a mop out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the girlfriend was like, he wanted to eat my rib after he barbecued it. Things don't go well for Army any further. So on March 11th, 2021, so about 3 months later, Vanity Fair published an article about Army's family with an interview from a third girlfriend, Paige Lorenz, who stated she felt unsafe in her relationship with Army. Paige reports that she broke things off with Army when he started to make rules for things I could and couldn't do.
That sounds very familiar.
So taking a page out of old grandpa's
Mhm.
playbook. On March 18th, 2021, just a few days later, so like the hits keep coming
Yeah,
for Army
he's
right
having
now.
a real bad time.
like the first quarter of 2021 just
His
sucked.
first quarter was just bad.
Effie publicly accused Army of rape during a press conference. Some claims said it was January, some says it was March. But she claimed that the rape occurred for 4 hours in 2017. This is what led to the LAPD investigation on Army for sexual assault.
Mhm.
Army denied the claim, stating that all contact between he and Effie was completely consensual, discussed and agreed upon in advance, and mutually participatory. You know, in a real romantic way, how like you have that conversation
Yeah.
before you bow chicka bow bow.
Well, he's like, "Oh yeah, let's mutually agree, and I'm just gonna nibble on you a little bit."
Yeah, like ooh, your ear looks juicy.
Gross.
In December of 2021, Army is seen. What do you think he does next? Like, what is the playbook for trying to get out of a bad situation, publicity wise?
Is he gonna bribe somebody, or is he gonna make like his mistress change her name and dye her hair?
No, like just think about like kind of the Hollywood playbook. Like, what does he do next?
Oh, does he go to sex therapy?
He goes to rehab.
Okay, yep. That's what I meant.
yeah,
By
he-
sex therapy was rehab. Sex addiction therapy is what I meant.
I was like, no, sex therapy is different.
Hold on, let me go back. I meant sex addiction therapy, aka rehab.
Yeah, like a sex therapist is a very different
Yep.
skill
Yeah,
set.
I know. It came out wrong.
So he is being treated for drug, alcohol, and sexual issues for a month.
Shocker.
Buddy, you need more than a month.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I lost my spot. In September of 2022, the House of Hammer docuseries is released.
I actually did not watch that.
I have not watched it yet
We
either.
should watch it.
We should watch it. But it features Casey Hammer, the sister, so his aunt, giving interviews about the family.
Oh yeah, and she's just like scorched earth in it because she only got how much from
$250,000
Grandpa, and her brother got.
Well, she got trauma.
Oh yeah, she did get trauma. I bet that was for free. She
Yeah.
got some free trauma.
Uh-huh.
Not even enough money to pay for good therapy.
No, not enough money. Not in like today's economy. Especially not in LA. Do you know if I was in LA what I would be charging for therapy?
Yeah.
It'd be like $400 is what I'd be charging an hour.
Yeah.
I'm a steal right now. Several of Army's exes are also spotlighted sharing text messages and voice notes that claim are from Army. We need to watch this.
Mhm.
By October 2022, Army is feeling the financial strain, and he is sued by American Express for having an unpaid balance of $66,000.
On his black card. Yep.
I'm just like, Jesus. In 2022, he spent an additional 6 months in a treatment facility paid for by Robert Downey Jr.
I have a feeling on that.
Well, I think I think Robert Downey's willing to pay for rehab for people just based on
Yeah,
his history with
and
addiction.
I like good for you, RDJ, but also like,
Hmm. That's very much like when the other cast members from that '70s show wrote letters
mhm.
in support of Hyde. I'm like,
Yeah,
he
and
raped somebody.
yeah, it's I understand where he's coming from and that,
It came from a
he
good
had many,
place.
many, many, many chances, he had
Hmm.
like
Robert
thousands of chances.
Robert Downey Jr.'s been through the ringer too.
Yeah, but also like, ugh,
We should do a story on Robert Downey Jr.
we
That's
should.
probably a real and like not a lot of people know about it
Mhm,
because they only know him as Iron Man.
mhm.
It wasn't until April of 2023 that the Los Angeles District Attorney reviewed the claims of sexual assault against Army. And in May of 2023, the district attorney stated they would not be bringing sexual assault charges, stating that due to the complexity of the relationship and the inability to prove non-consensual forcible sex encounters, we are unable to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah,
And that's shitty for the victims and survivors, but the prosecutor's not going to take a case they know they're not going to win.
yeah,
It's too circumstantial.
and if he's acquitted and they come up with evidence later, they can't retry
Yeah.
him.
And I don't know what the statutes of limitations are
I
on
don't
that.
either, and it sucks, but sometimes that's just the way it
Yep.
is, and it's not, it's not because they didn't feel the case didn't have merit or anything. It
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the victim, being
We
untrustworthy, but
don't have enough hard
yeah, we do
evidence.
not have like, we believe you,
We can't prove
but we
it
can't prove it
beyond a
in
reasonable
our
doubt,
court
and we
system.
have to prove
Mhm.
guilt. And sexual assault cases are often very difficult to prove, which is why we assign our most experienced prosecutors to review them. In this case, those prosecutors conducted an extremely thorough review, but determined that at this time there was insufficient evidence to charge Mr. Hammer with a crime. His wife, Army's wife, Elizabeth Chambers, finalized their divorce in 2023 due to both affairs as well as the accusations that were made against him.
See, she's a one who gets out. She
Yeah.
gets it. She's
Could
like,
you
"Nope, I'm out."
could you imagine if I text you one day and I'm like, Kyla, I have not good news.
First of all, I would get anxiety poops, just so you know. I'd have to run to the bathroom immediately.
Because like she gets joy out of telling me bad things, and if she is not about to enjoy what
Yep.
she's about to tell my testicles just made this
Yep.
explode. I'm like, I just walked in on David with a human femur gnawing on it, and I
Ugh.
think there's a problem.
I would hope that you would be like, "Hey, can you come up here for a minute? I have to tell you in person," and that you're not just gonna text me that, but
I guess I'd be like,
or you're just gonna send me a series of memes and gifs and be like, "Hey, solve this mystery," and I'm like, "What?"
and then finally it's just a picture of David being like,
It's like a scavenger hunt, and I have to keep answering to get the next step.
or I can only text you in the 10 minutes I have between clients that day. So you only get to know for like between like
I have to wait
150 and
50
2
minutes in between.
because I'm a monster. So Army has never given a specific number to the press on how many affairs he had, stating less than hundreds, but enough.
So it could be, I mean, he said less than hundreds
Yeah,
with an S.
plural.
I mean, it's not like he said less than 5. That's a big difference.
Like, if I was this woman, I would be so pissed
Mhm.
because you're exposing her to STDs and all kinds of
Well,
other things.
and
Because if you're willing to consume human flesh, I'm willing to bet you weren't using
yeah,
prophylactics.
yeah, he was, yeah, for sure. And well, I mean, everything's normal to him, but they have children and
Mhm.
he's exposing them to this.
And these kids are going to read about this in the news
Uh-huh.
someday. But I'm glad that she got them out
Mhm.
because if they don't have a lot of contact with him, they cannot continue that pattern.
Yeah, maybe they can break this
Mhm.
chain of depraved men.
In 2025, this is the part of the story that made me smile. Not the parts where I was going to be able to be like, I wrote this just for you, Kyla.
Is this for real smile or just like made me smile?
No, like as in I'm a petty bitch.
Oh,
and this
okay,
made me
yeah.
smile. In 2025, Army reports that he is broke, stating that he had to sell his truck because he could not afford gas. He spent some of his time during his exile from Hollywood working as a timeshare salesman.
Oh, dude.
Donna, we got
Dude. You went, how could you?
You went from winning Oscars and Emmys
Yeah.
and everything to being a
And then
timeshare salesman.
everyone finds out you're a skeezy creep, and then you take it to the next level by being a timeshare
Like
salesman.
being a cannibal is bad enough. Now you're a
I know.
timeshare salesman.
Somehow that's so much worse.
And starting in 2024, starting in 2024, he started to land roles in independent films, something called The Frontier Crucible and The Dark Knight. I didn't look him up. And he's launched his own podcast called The Army Hammer Time Podcast.
Oh,
He stole my title.
he did.
Fuck you, Army
Fuck you,
Hammer.
Army Hammer.
Army remains.
I hope we have more listeners than you.
We have at least 20 to 30.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We'll have to look him up and see how many
Yeah,
listeners
see
he
how many
has.
listeners.
So, guys, we have to have more
Yes, we need
listeners
more.
than Army
Tell
Hammer.
everyone we're gonna stick it to Army Hammer because he's gross.
Although when I was at work and one of my coworkers said that she heard someone talking about this podcast, not knowing that it was my podcast, and she goes, "It was this weird name," and I said, "Buzzed and Baffled." She's like, "Yes." I'm like, "That's me." Good news, you know someone famous now.
Yeah.
Army remains close to his stepmother, who inherited the majority of his father's estate.
Oh, I wonder why they're friends.
He states that he is not currently being supported by the Hammer family money. He instead reports that he lives in a small apartment in LA. There are no reports of Army dating in 2025.
Well, good. Stay away from him.
So what are your thoughts? What do we think about generational family trauma?
So this is nurture. This is not nature because
No, this is not
at
psychosis.
any point
This is not
these people
bipolar.
could have not done this.
You're allowed to not shit on someone in a box under your chair.
Yeah. Not a requirement.
You're allowed to not have bowls of cocaine.
Mhm.
And you're allowed to not force your mistress to change her name and her hair color.
Yeah. What is she? Hillary what? Hillary Nelson or something?
Oh,
like
let me
something
look.
completely. At least give her a cool name.
Hillary Gibson.
Hillary Gibson. That's the lamest name. Sorry to all of our Hillary Gibson listeners.
We're going to have, she's like, well, I was going to subscribe to this podcast, but not now, Kyla.
Sorry, Hillary Gibson.
So yeah, it's a humdinger of a story.
Yeah. First of all, everyone in this chain of men can fuck right off.
Yeah, like they're all terrible.
Every one of them's terrible.
And I'm like,
except for great-great-grandpa.
yeah, great-great-grandpa was fine.
Yeah, he's a
I mean,
doctor.
except for the communism part, but he was
Oh.
a communist from Russia
Yeah,
who
that
was trying to change a suppressive
yeah.
governmental system.
And I guess I shouldn't say he wasn't because I really don't know if he, I mean,
in comparison, he
yes.
is better. In the
Yeah.
sliding scale of the hammers,
Yes. On the hammer
he
scale.
is just fine. We're going to have to start using the hammer scale.
The hammer scale of
to-
of terribleness. I can build one. We can put one up here. And before we do every pod, we'll put the slider to how terrible the
Yes.
story is so we can
Is your
prepare.
dad a carpenter? Could he make
Yeah,
us a
he could.
hammer scale? Like, I have philometers for therapy. I need a hammer scale
What's
for
a
how to.
philometer?
You've never seen a philometer?
No.
So it's like you would have like, what do they call the things you put into your tongue?
A
Thermoses?
thermometer?
A thermometer.
A thermos? Yes, thermoses.
So it's in the shape of that, and it starts off with very calm, and as you get up, you get a little anxious,
Oh,
and then you
okay.
get
Yes. Okay.
agitated.
I did not know. I just thought it was like a graphic.
Well, it is a graphic, but you
I didn't
use
know it had a scientific name.
well
Yeah.
scientific, but this is from
It's like the frowny scale at the doctor's.
this is a shout out to Leah's dad because I got the idea of the philometer when I was in 6th grade and he showed one in my classroom as the school psychologist.
Okay.
But I use them when I have to work with kiddos because they're not good at identifying how they feel, but they can see visual
Yeah.
representations.
I literally thought a philometer was like some type of technical apparatus that you were using.
Like I hook it up to the
Yeah.
kid, like the time I zapped your ears.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was something. I'm not saying it's not real, but I thought it was something much more substantial than
No.
like a graphic of a thermometer.
It's a graphic of a thermometer.
Like a picture of a thermometer.
I should bring my spicy ear clamps over again and put them on David.
Yeah. What was that called? Spicy
Alpha stim.
yeah, that's right.
The alpha stim.
Yeah.
It does work though. I've used it on some people and they do feel calmer.
Yeah, we need a hammer scale of terribleness in here.
I want it to be like to take up that entire space in the corner. I want your dad to make a big one.
Oh, you're looking for a vertical one. I was thinking horizontal.
No, I want vertical. Up and down. My philometer goes up and down and I want my thermometer.
Why don't you just print a giant thermometer and put it there and just put Army's face and then Michael's face and then just put their faces on it?
No, I want your dad to make where there's a sliding thing in the background. And I want it to be 3D in some way.
And like the slider is a little hammer.
It's like it's Army and like all of his family members, we can stick their faces on underneath it.
Okay. We'll see what we can do.
Don't let us down, Tom.
He does not listen to this podcast. I had to explain to him what a podcast was.
If you're ever driving with him, you have to make him listen. But only it's from like 28 on when we have the sound under control.
What the hell?
He says that every time he sees me. He's so confused every time he sees me. He's like, how is this one still alive?
Yeah. Yep. At least he remembers your name.
He does.
Which is a strong showing.
My goal is to become the favorite daughter.
Well, you have to fight my cousin Kelsey for that, so.
I could be second favorite, I guess.
Yeah, it would be Kelsey, you, Rube, then me.
I win.
Although, there's just for our intrepid listeners who don't already know because they're like our family friends. That's because that's all who listens to this. There's just me and my sister. There's 2 daughters. My dad does not have any sons. But really, there's no son quite like a firstborn daughter.
She likes the Taylor Swift song because of it. It got her.
Yeah.
We turned her into a Swiftie, Lauren.
No,
we turned her into a Swiftie.
No. I've listened to Fate of Ophelia like 5 times. Does that make me a Swiftie? I don't think so.
What about Firstborn Daughter?
No, I really only listened to that when we were at the weird movie thing.
So you haven't downloaded it on your iTunes?
I don't have iTunes, A.
Well, I don't know what the equivalent is.
Spotify?
No, it's when you like the one you pay for and you download on your phone.
I don't pay for music.
Jesus Christ, girl.
Why would I pay for music when I
just-
could stream it for free?
Just for that, I'm going to go buy those 2 crowns I was looking at the
Oh,
other
do
day.
not. You have too much money and not enough common sense.
This is all
You have
true.
too much money and not enough restraint.
Also true. Just wait until we get like sponsors and stuff when we get paid for this nonsense.
Oh, and then
I'll be like, that's it, we're buying the compound.
Yeah.
David will love it. It'll be 2 houses that match each other, facing each other. And he still has to mow the grass.
Well, he doesn't mow the grass here, so it wouldn't be still. He'd have to start mowing the grass.
Oh. Well, I don't mow the grass. So
I mow the grass.
it's that or I get my artificial turf.
Are you going to pick up Lana and Ted's poops on your artificial turf?
Nope. Sure I'm not. I don't pick up Percy and Molly, so why would I do there?
You just wait for the wind to blow it away.
Yep. But that's my story, which is now hammer time.
It's terrible. That's terrible. The story was good. The content is terrible.
But it's Kyla's favorite thing.
Oh my God, stop telling people that the worst of humanity is my favorite things. And she keeps like dropping these Easter eggs now. So all our listeners are going to be like, ooh, what's Kyla into now? Like, I'm going to be on the list. Me and Army Hammer will be hanging out in like sex offender city. I'm not a sex offender, by the way.
She's not. But I found scissors that I can get engraved. So brace yourself. I don't know if we can get a case to put said scissors in here,
We'll just hang them up.
but there's going to be some
Yeah.
scissors coming.
To go back on that reference, go listen to the Bobby Joe Long episode where Nicole very kindly declared, "Good news, Kyla, I put this in just for you," and then proceeded to talk about someone being violated with a pair of scissors. And I'm like, what in the actual fuck? Why did you put that in here? That has nothing to do with me.
It was the hyoid bone,
Yeah,
Kyla.
Yeah, I know. But then you immediately went like, oh yeah, hyoid bone was broken, which makes sense because that's a very common.
And it didn't even register with me
Of
as
course
I
it
wrote
didn't.
it that I was saying that you really enjoyed hearing about people getting sodomized
Yeah.
by scissors.
No, I do not. Nope.
Kyla does not.
Nope.
But Nicole enjoys saying things that make Kyla upset.
Yeah. So now every episode she's like, oh, I put this in just for you. And now she's talking about Army Hammer barbecuing people's ribs.
So every time,
I don't even like ribs.
especially since I fed Lana a bone.
Yeah. And spilled your rib juice all over my patio. So there's a permanent grease stain.
You're welcome.
You're a disaster.
I'm a beautiful disaster. Next year, if the weather cooperates, we can do it at my house.
Yes. Because I was so stressed that whole day because I had to keep Lana in and then she's trying to escape and I had to put up that makeshift gate and you're leaking barbecue sauce all over my patio and then you feed her a bone. And it was
I would like to say, though, you're the only one who let Lana out. Because the first thing you did was open the door and she made a dash for it. And then you had to grab her by the shanks.
I know.
I almost murdered her, but not on purpose. So I guess technically manslaughter.
Yeah, you almost manslaughtered her. Anyway, this has gone on plenty long enough.
To the next pour and the next plot twist.